Okay guys, so we are already familiar with the AIGP body of knowledge, but since this is such an important document, I felt like doing a detailed walkthrough before getting into the course. First of all, what you need to understand is that this is not a static or a fixed document. It keeps getting updated every year around the beginning of November, and the syllabus changes reflect in the final exam in the beginning of February. Up until now, IAPP has released 3 versions of its body of knowledge, and the third and the latest version is already announced and set to reflect from 2nd February 2026 onwards. Please note that our course is continuously adjusted to reflect the latest BoK updates. Now you might feel like ignoring the historical changes, but I strongly suggest having a clear understanding of all the changes because there is so much to learn from each version in terms of how IAPP thinks. Some domains may get completely eliminated or embedded somewhere else implicitly or reordered, but somehow the type of questions asked in the final exam is more or less the same, just tagged to a different domain sometimes. So knowing each version's change is very critical, guys. In this video, we'll understand it at a high level and also see how our course is structured to cover the best of all the worlds. So let's first do a broad comparison of the 3 BoKs released so far. So the first BoK, which is completely obsolete since February 2025, this was my personal favorite, had 7 domains. As you can see, the first domain was more on the foundations of AI, then the second domain was more on the risk and the harm side of the things, then the third and the fourth domain was completely on the legal side, where the third domain focused more on the current past laws that apply to the AI systems, but the fourth domain covered existing and the emerging AI specific laws, not just limited to the EU AI Act, but also covering guidelines and frameworks from Singapore, Canada, China, and knowledge of similarities and differences between various risk management frameworks and standards like NIST or IEEE. Then domain 5 was on the AI lifecycle management, domain 6 on setting up AI governance infrastructure from scratch, and domain 7 on understanding ongoing issues and concerns like the copyright challenges. So this was very comprehensive, and I particularly feel blessed to have appeared in this because of this coverage. Then came the second BoK, applicable from Feb 25 to Jan 26, and this was heavily restructured from the previous BoK. It had only 4 domains. So domain 1 was on understanding the foundations of AI governance, domain 2 on understanding how laws, standards and frameworks apply to AI, domain 3 understanding how to govern AI development, and domain 4 understanding how to govern AI deployment and use. Basically what happened was that from the first BoK version, many elements were removed, such as they removed history and activities that were too technical, removed emerging laws and standards, removed domain 7, which was on contemplating ongoing issues and concerns, and didn't include US state laws with AI legislation or Singapore's framework. If you understand it simply, then this is what happened. Domain 1 and 2 were condensed to become domain 1, domain 3 and 4 were again condensed to become domain 2, and domain 5 and 6 were condensed to become domain 3 and 4. Now in the latest version of BoK, there has been no restructuring or change at the domain level. Instead, some things from the first BoK have been brought back, like more past AI laws, more technicalities beyond the EU AI Act. Apart from this, new ISO standards have been added and a few agentic AI elements as well. Otherwise, broadly, it is not very different from the second version of the domain level. So after understanding these 3 versions, the question arises, what is the best way to absorb this, and does this course cover the latest BoK? So let me tell you, this course is designed in such a way that it covers only the key areas from all the previous BoK versions, but focuses more on the current and the upcoming versions. So yes, this course covers the latest BoK, and it keeps getting updated continuously with the latest policies, frameworks and tech developments. Now let me tell you the structure of this course and how it touches upon all the aspects of the previous and the current BoK. So this course is structured as follows. It has 3 master sections. Section 1 has domain 1 and theoretical foundations of domains 3 and 4. Section 2 covers domain 2, and section 3 covers case studies, basically practical applications of domains 3 and 4. So let's start with section 1. So it has domain 1, which covers understanding what AI is and why it's needed, basically 4 performance indicators as given in body of knowledge. Then it has a separate subsection on understanding the AI lifecycle, which is nothing but domain 3 theoretical foundations, basically domain 5 from the first BoK. Then it has a separate subsection on establishing AI governance infrastructure, which is nothing but the domain 4 theoretical foundations, basically domain 6 from the first BoK. Then section 2. Here we have 4 competencies as per BoK. 2C will now start reflecting more AI specific laws beyond the EU AI Act in a separate videos for new syllabus exam takers. Then section 3, which covers case studies, it will now start reflecting new agentic AI based case studies in the separate videos for new syllabus exam takers. So in our course, section 1 is the most extensive as it covers all the theoretical foundations of AI and AI governance establishment in accordance with the BoK. Next section covers the complete legal landscape. Then section 3 combines both these sections and focuses on the practical use cases, giving you a complete picture from the lens of an AI governance professional. I hope this makes sense to you. I also did this rearrangement to make sure there is a least duplication and we follow a logical order in increasing order of difficulty. Although I keep saying section 1 is a theoretical foundation, but it is explained in a very practical way using real life incidents. So don't get overwhelmed by the theory. Try to learn things conceptually as much as possible. See you in the course.